After a few weeks, I told my friends, about 2 weeks, I told my friends, my Muslim friends, like obviously the non-Muslim friends, I just got rid of them. And that's what, to be honest, what you should do. My nasiha, if you're a new Muslim, you have non-Muslim friends, just get rid of them, wallahi. Generally speaking, I'm not saying like horribly, I'm not saying be horrible to them or tell them I don't want to see you ever again or get out of my face or something. Don't be like, but don't spend time with them anymore. Just distance yourself from them, give them da'wah, that's it. Because they're going to affect you. As-sahibu sahib. The person who's your friend is going to pull you. It's going to grab you and make you like them. Al-maru ala dini khalili. فَلْيَنظُرْ أَحَدُكُمْ مَنْ يُخَالِلُ. A person is on the religion of their close friend. Everyone has to look at who is your close friend. So I got rid of the non-Muslim friends. My Muslim friends were not so practicing at that time. Like they would pray Jumu'ah when they were not at school, but they were not like very practicing. They were not praying 5 times a day and stuff. But they tried to help me a lot, wallah. They really tried. They tried their best. And they were very happy. When I told them about me becoming Muslim, they shared the news with their whole family. They took me into the living room. All the uncles and aunties, I didn't know what to say, what to do. I felt like extremely nervous. And I'm a person who, I generally don't like, the social gatherings and things like that. But they were very kind, wallah. They were extremely kind. And they really, really tried to explain. The problem is, فَاقِدُ الشَّيْء لَا يُعْطِي. If you don't have something, you can't give it. It's a famous Arab proverb. If you don't have something, you can't give it. And if you don't know how to pray, how are you going to teach somebody how to pray? If you personally don't stick to the limits set by Allah, how are you going to tell people to stick to those limits? It doesn't work, even if you try. So they tried, wallah, they tried, and I kept good contact with some of them, and some of them became very practicing now, alhamdulillah. At that time, they struggled to help me because, to be honest, number one, they didn't know what it's like to be a new Muslim, so they didn't really know how to help me. And number two, they themselves were not really much practicing, so they didn't really know how to explain. The other thing is that they had a lot of cultural misconceptions. So most of my friends were from a Bangladeshi background at that time. And they had a lot of cultural stuff. So like for me, the first time I ever learned Arabic, it was like a proper Bengali madrasa. So you imagine me in this madrasa, I can't speak the language, the teacher doesn't speak English, that's the first thing, yeah? I'm learning Arabic, the teacher doesn't speak English. He explains everything in Bengali and Arabic, one or the other. I felt completely lost. And there was cultural expectations, what you wear, how you sit. I didn't know, so I just ran from that class. I attended it for 2-3 times, I couldn't attend anymore. Wallah, maybe he's a lovely sheikh, wallah, maybe I don't know anything about him, but the problem was that it didn't work for me. It's not that he was bad, he was serving his community, he was doing a good thing. I was like, what do I do here? They're like, shh, do this. He told you to write this on the pen. I'm like, I don't even know what to do. So it's important to provide new Muslims with, alhamdulillah, now it became much better. Like a lot of this stuff is back in the day. Now, mashallah, English is still the main medium in a lot of masajid, alhamdulillah. Like I went in Newcastle, we for a long time didn't have a masjid that gave a khutbah in English. You take your pick. You get Urdu, you get Bengali, you get Arabic, choose which one you like. But you're not getting in English. They were like, who does khutbah in English, man? There were no classes in English. There were no khutbah, there was no khutbah in English. There was one khutbah where the khatib used to give Arabic and then a bit of English afterwards. And obviously, a lot of the masajid were very cultural. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, Allah saved me, then He saved me, then He saved me again. Allah Azza wa Jal saved me because there was a masjid, and that masjid is a masjid upon shirk. And they worship the graves and all of that. But you know what put me off going in there? It was nothing to do with the worshiping the graves and nothing. It was the racism. Wallahi, look, it was the racism. I'll be honest with you. I walked in there and they just started. This guy, what's this guy doing here? He can't be Muslim. Look at him. They started. And alhamdulillah, I ran from that place because they made me feel so horrible. Like the way they would talk about me, they would just refer to me as that white guy. That's it. I didn't have a name. I was just the white guy. That's it. And they would constantly stare at me and point at me, and they would like even make circles around me when I would pray. Like if I would go to pray, is he praying? How does he pray? Why is he pray? How can he pray? How can he be Muslim? He's not even Pakistani. Like this is the mentality people used to have. They were really horrible to me, and Allah saved me because that masjid was upon bid'ah and shirk, and Allah saved me from it. Walillahi alhamd.